Hello and welcome to this week's Out of Control. Let's get straight on with the action.
Anyone who has seen rallying live will know that there is not much that can match the spectacle of seeing these fantastically powerful cars driven to the limits on roads that most people wouldn't even contemplate driving on. Even the noise gets a spine tingling as the roar of the engines echoes around the trees, and there's nothing better than seeing a really committed driver and his car at one with each other. Well, almost. You might wonder what's going on here. Well, this is what happens when your brakes fail. Nice slide. Now let's see if we can get the photographer. One thing's for sure, nowhere is safe when your front suspension has collapsed. Harry Vatanen used to drive an Escort like this. I mean, it used to look like this, he didn't drive it like this. But then again, maybe he did. Well, at least this chap's got an excuse. It's back over to our friends in the snows of Finland now, as they once again take advantage of the fact that hitting a snowbank doesn't hurt as much as hitting a tree. And I suppose he's got to be thankful that it doesn't. As ever, the spectators rush to his aid. But what's he doing, kicking the snow around with his foot? Now then, what's all this about? What's going on? Ah, well, maybe the wheel collapsed before he went off the road. Let's have a look in slow motion with virtual commentator.
Well, yes, if you look closely, you'll see that, well, you can see nothing actually. He's obviously just a rubbish driver. All the gear, no idea.
He drives around in a BMW, always driving fast, ain't sweating in the queue. Get him on a rally and he won't know what to do. He's got all the gear, no idea. He looks so good when he's ready to play. Trains so hard each and every day. Would you pick him for your team? No, no bloody way. He's got all the gear, but no idea. His muscles so tight, says he can make it all through the night. But when he gets down to it, have no fear. He's got all the gear, but no idea. All the gear, but no idea. idea. No idea. See the bloke standing by the bar, says he's got a future, he'll go far. But don't you listen to a word he says, he drank all the beer, got no idea. Who he is, or what he's doing, or where he came from. Now then, what did I say about trees earlier? I don't know why they don't leave it that way up and just slide it down the stage like a toboggan, or spin it round and round like a record until they're dizzy. Yes, dear, I've just been down to the bank. Even studded ties are no use when you're up to your door handles in snow. This chap seems to have got off next to a party of picnickers. Although what people are doing having a picnic in the snow is beyond me. Whatever. Our friend here, who seems to have had a bit too much reindeer wine, has some views on the subject. And I hope that for the benefit of our Finnish-speaking viewers, it isn't something offensive.
Of course, it's not all fun and games when you're a rally cameraman.
A few years ago at a rally in Ireland, it soon became apparent that the outside of this bend was not the place to be. The combination of a downhill right-hander, which tightened and had gravel on the line, meant that everyone from the front runners onwards were having trouble getting round. Now you would normally think that the outside of a bend was the most dangerous anyway, but the officials had taped up the inside of the bend, meaning that you couldn't stand on the inside. Apparently a couple of cars had spun off there the previous year. The first car to get it completely wrong was the Opel Manta of Niall Maguire. The crew, along with the spectators, did their best to get the car out. Still, cars were almost losing control and getting pretty close to us. Eventually, although the marshals didn't want us to go on the inside, we insisted on going there, and we argued that it had to be safer. Then this happened, and the car landed right where we'd been standing. Now, it's an unfortunate truth in rallying that the media and the marshals don't always get on. Many marshals think that media people are arrogant because they don't listen. And while I've no doubt that many media people are arrogant, it's a fact that if I'd done as I was told on that occasion, I might not be here to tell you about it today.
And it's nice to still be here. Anyway, time for a break. Thanks for joining us again, and it's straight back over to Finland.
This is what they should be doing. What do you think, Virtual?
Well, as you can see, he's a little bit ragged, but he seems to be an experienced driver who knows what he's doing and using all the road. He's letting it slide. He's got confidence in his own ability. This is a man who... Oh, flaming Nora.
Well, there we had some more perceptive insights from Virtual Commentator, and we'll hear more rubbish from him in the weeks to come. Now some more rallycross action.
European rallycross is even more aggressive and spectacular than the mostly British footage that we've seen so far. But you don't even have to come in contact with anyone to give yourself a bit of a fright. As you can see, it's simply a question here of cutting a corner a little bit tightly, and he was lucky to stay the right way up there. And as we can see here, aggression doesn't always pay off. Here it's push, 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 and off. And it's just a pity that he took the Fiat with him, really. Although the Fiat deserves a time penalty anyway, for having such a disgusting paint scheme. And here we go for yet another lost wheels situation scenario. Seems that some of these cars just have a mind of their own sometimes. This was a strange incident that affected Martin Shanker just as the Screen Sport television cameras were going live to a meeting in Europe, with none of the cameramen concentrating, or the television director, the marshals, and possibly even Shanker for that matter. Off he went and rolled the car. looked like he was a bit unhappy with the marshals, to be honest. But it wasn't them that put it on its roof, Martin. When it comes to dramatic and spectacular rallycross action, it doesn't get much more fiery than this, as Anders Hansen's Citroen simply bursts into flames as he makes an attempt at an overtaking manoeuvre. Fortunately, the car comes to a safe halt and he jumps out unharmed. And while the leaders go innocently on to finish the race, Hansen's car is left burning with no sign of a marshal. And there we'll leave it. Back to Scotland, and a simple left causes unexpected problems as the crew try to approach the flying finish board a bit too literally. And how's this for driving like a champion? Nice line, aggressive driving, and to follow an attempt at ditch hooking like Colin McRae. And, oh well, the thought was there. Oh bugger, the gate's shut. Not anymore, it's not. Is this the car park then? No, I think it's through there. And finally, this chap enters the British Bog Snorkeling Championships, but has completely the wrong idea.
Let's have a quick look at this week's top 10. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Please join us again next week.